So we are really excited to start our reveal episodes with project number 7 here. This is just such an exciting project for me. You're walking up on a nice walkway that's poured concrete, and it's just really inviting. And if you remember what it looked like when we got here back in part 1, to see it now is so fun because all of our professional tools work just like we expect them to, just like we want. All the planning we did to get to this part was so worth it. We have our water line right where we want relative to the patio. You come right off of the patio onto this feeding boulder, and it's just going to be so perfect that people are going to come stand here, feed the goldfish. We have a fish tunnel that goes right under this, so the fish are going to swim back and forth through there. You'll be able to sit on any of these boulders that you want. You know, this is a good one to sit down on as well. Put your feet in the water just a little bit. I am just in love with it. The patio is looking fantastic. They've got a huge umbrella, a fire pit. It looks so inviting. It really is starting to feel like you're being transported somewhere else. And as these perennials start to grow and mature and fill in, as that pine tree grows and some of the shrubs grow, it is really gonna close in this space, eliminating some of those high rises in the background and really making it feel like you are not downtown Minneapolis. Just standing here now, I'm starting to forget just how close we are to the US Bank Stadium, just how close we are to the Twins. To think just how close we are to Target Field, you just start forgetting. It's so cool because we were able to achieve the goal, which is to bring a little bit of outdoors to somewhere that you wouldn't normally get it. And I am just in love with it. It's inviting, it's welcoming, and it makes you curious and makes you want to walk around. And there's boulders everywhere in a great way. I love the way our team was able to get this to flow with the hillside. Coming back and seeing that beautiful pine tree perfectly nestled up in the waterfall is awesome. And there's some really cool things I'm gonna walk over and show you about the waterfall and some of that rock work that the guys did that I'm in love with. But check out this spot. I mean, doesn't this just look inviting? Doesn't it look like somewhere you'd wanna come and just spend a bunch of time? And what's so fun for us is there's gonna be people walking up and down the pathway here that don't exactly live in the condos, but are still gonna be able to enjoy it. Still get introduced to outdoors again and bring them that sound of running water. And just looking back at all the condos that have windows looking at this, I mean, there's some over there that are enjoying it. There's some here that are enjoying it. There's some views over there that are probably enjoying it. There's some people that even get to see it over here. So we built this for thousands of eyes, and it is so cool that all these people get to see it. I never thought when I started building water features that I would be called downtown to do this. It is so fun. Now we're gonna go through some of my favorite parts. That's what all this is gonna be with our final reveal episodes. I really want you as the viewer to kind of see just how we can take a blank slate and turn it into something really magical. Because if you're watching us, thank you for watching. And if you happen to be somewhere in the world, call one of the local CACs because they can do something very magical for you. But if you just happen to love our style and you're like, no, I want the Pond Kings, make sure to call us. We are willing to travel. I've got resources everywhere, and I look forward to being able to build all over the world. So if this looks like something you'd like to have, we can transport this to your little pocket of the world, and we would love that opportunity. The number is 952-454-3101. Ask for Nick the Pond King to come out and design your pond, and I would love that opportunity. Now let's go look through some of our favorite things about this build. Still a lot to do, but coming here and seeing how much has gotten done just gets me so excited for what they're gonna do with it when they're all done with it. I love the walking path. It's super inviting. It's a nice leisurely walk. You can take your time and look at all the fish, and you can make your way, and it really makes you want to walk around it and interact. The pine tree is in such a cool spot, but if you so choose, like these rocks, all these boulders, our guys put them in with care. These are strong, supportive boulders, and you can walk on just about anything with confidence, and not just that, for the attention to detail as well. So it wasn't just strong, supportive, the lines match up really nice. The way they set this waterfall rock is so awesome. I wasn't here for this part, but the guys did it, and they did a great job of setting it behind the frame rocks a little bit, choosing a really cool rock to do some cool stuff, and then just letting the water dance. When the leaves aren't all in here, we actually have some water kind of turning around and spilling in and doing some natural cool things. And then from there, we stepped back the waterfalls and did even more cool stuff. I was able to come back and I said, oh man, it would be really awesome if we could just split around this really cool rock. And so we're able to get a little waterfall coming through there and a lot coming through here. Again, this is the fall. They're literally shutting this down on Monday. Today is Friday, and they're gonna get it ready for the winter. So we're just doing our best to showcase this, but know that this is what it's gonna look like in the fall when you have a lot of leaves. You will get some damming, you will get some discoloration in the water, but that's all really natural and healthy. And come spring, give us a call, because we're gonna pressure wash it, we're gonna clean it up for you, we're gonna pull all your fish out, we're gonna flush all the muck out, and we're gonna get your pond looking ready for the season where it's easy to take care of and it looks like we wanted when we first installed. But there are so many cool things happening here. We got moss, just an awesome water flow that's just spreading out nicely into the pond. I love the way they were able to do that. The split is really cool. And then something really fun happened when we were picking out the boulders. We saw this boulder, and as part of the mining process, they core drilled out the boulder to set explosives deep into the hillside. Well, we found one that had that huge hole in it, and I said, oh my gosh, the way that rock is working, it should be a bird bath built into the hillside, built in as a frame rock for our waterfalls. And then I just love the way we were able to make this hillside transition down and come all the way around with this walking path, bringing you all the way back to the patio. The team did a great job of selecting boulders that just have this nice flow to it, where it doesn't look contrived, it doesn't look like we tried too hard. It actually looks natural and has this nice cliffside feel to it, like it's part of that North Shore. As you're walking along the North Shore looking down, it has a very cool feel like that as I'm walking across this walkway. Again, it's a perfect walkway, a nice leisure stroll as you're looking down at your fish. Next year, there's gonna be lilies growing all up in there with some beautiful flowers. We're gonna get some marginals planted in there for them, and these fish are gonna get bigger and bigger because we have the proper filtration, we have the right water flow, and we have a huge pond here. So I'm very excited to see what this turns out over time. I'd love to come back at night, but you know what? That's gonna be a reason for you to wanna tune in the future because of our revisiting series. I love going back to these time in and time again, and what it does is it also educates us as designers on how we can make our water features better, how we can educate you guys, our clients, on how to soften things. When you're looking at this water feature, this was planted by teams who have planted by water features before, and you can see they're nestling those plants really close to the water's edge and getting it really close to the liner. And what's gonna be so fun is if you're gonna keep watching, which we hope you do, in about 2 or 3 years, when we come back to this, you're gonna see how those planted so close are gonna really soften up that rock. I am so excited by this. I hope we get an opportunity to work with these guys again, with those designers again, because man, this is just gorgeous. And it's gonna just get cooler and cooler as time goes on, because that's what's the best thing about water features. It's gonna pull you outside, but it is like a fine wine. It is gonna get better with time. And I know it sounds cliche, but if you get one for yourself, you're gonna say, you're right, Nick. I fell in love with it, and it's just getting better and better. And if you know us and you've been watching, I'm sure you're gonna guess what that signature is, because we are Pond King Water Gardens. We are creating living works of art 1 yard at a time, and we are very grateful that this is our career and we love it. So thank you for being here with us. We appreciate your support. And if you're not following along, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button, and just make sure you check out our reveal episodes, if nothing else, because we're going to give you a short clip of what it looked like before we started, and then we're going to do a nice long montage of us walking through that final feature and just showing off my team's artistic abilities, our team's ability to care, pay attention to details, and leave something that is really, truly special behind. If you think this is special, we'd love it if you followed along. See why I love my job? It's so awesome. We are Pond King Water Gardens, where we create living works of art, one yard at a time.